don't understand how to live forward knowing I'll never see my child again, ever.
21-year-old Tiana, who was studying biochemistry at Alabama State University, was living in off-campus housing during summer classes. Luckett got the devastating call Sunday.
They haven't done their due diligence. My daughter shared everything with me.
Luckett shared with me ring camera footage of someone leaving a knife on her daughter's porch.
This does not seem like any accident or self-defense. I see my daughter as being intentional, and something has to be done.
"21-year-old Tiana Dye was a true definition of accomplishment, determination, and goals. She was a rising senior at Alabama State University and was set to graduate in the spring of 2025. Things in her life were not perfect, but she seemed to always keep her head on straight to achieve her dreams. One of those dreams was to become a dermatologist in the future, and she literally was doing all the right things for all the right doors to be open. With the finish line just around the corner for this chapter of her school life, she was beyond proud of her many accomplishments. Sadly, all her hopes and dreams were crushed on a July summer day in 2024 after something took place inside of her off-campus home that left her tragically unalive. This is the story of Tiana and how someone allegedly took her life on purpose and then told the police a different story to get away with it. Tiana had just turned 21 in June 2024, and like most people, it was an exciting time in her life. Before the big day, she went into the studio to do a 21 B-Day photo shoot and was just living it up in the moment as the camera was snapping away. Tiana was definitely a girly girl who loved all things hair, makeup, and enjoyed taking photos. She truly relished in it all and created her own personal makeup business called Lled to the T. Though it was not a full-time thing, she devoted as much time as possible advancing her skills. However, her skills did not stop there as she had brains and beauty. Before coming to Alabama for college, Tiana resided in Atlanta, Georgia area. She attended Riverdale High School where she excelled in sports and academics. When she graduated in spring of 2021, she already knew that she was headed to Alabama State University later that year, and she hit the ground running. Not only was she a good student, but she was excellent. She made straight A's in her higher education and was a part of the National Honor Society, the Student Government Association, the National Society of Leadership and Success, and last but not least, the NAACP. Those were just some of her achievements while being a full-time student, working, and doing makeup for people. Even though her plate stayed full, she never wavered on getting and obtaining great grades. She even took extra hours at school to always be ahead of the game. There was literally nothing she was not capable of when she put her mind to it. Outside of school, work, and doing makeup, she was a devoted dog mommy and adored her little girl named Ginger, who she called her best friend. Tiana and her dog lived in off-campus housing and shared the home with other roommates. Though Tiana was not from Alabama, she was said to be taking classes in the summer, so while many students were not in town, she was still living in her off-campus house in the summer of 2024. It appears as though she had been in that off-campus house for about a few years, but at some point there were major issues happening inside the home. According to Tiana's mother, Danielle, one of Tiana's roommates, who we will refer to as A, was causing problems for Tiana and other roommates. The issues were so big that the landlord and parents were all aware of what A was allegedly doing. This woman, whose full name is not being disclosed right now, allegedly pistol whipped Tiana once, stole her things and another roommate's things, and did not clean up after herself allegedly. Now it is unclear how long the issues were going on, but back in September 2023 is when A allegedly pulled a gun on Tiana and pistol whipped her. According to other roommates, the landlord was made aware, and against everyone's wishes, A was not put out of the home. Then in December 2023, the third roommate contacted the landlord and said, "Hey, Mr. Irvine, I know it's late, but I'm letting you know right now we're going to need another house intervention. I keep on having the same conversations about not touching people's stuff. I don't think it's a hard skill, but clearly it is. I just want to let you know what was going on, because I am not arguing with people that like to pull guns, nor anybody. This is the same topic that keeps being brought up." From that text, this roommate that was friends with Tiana said that nothing was done. So it appears that going forward, things did not get better at all, and A continued to leave the house a mess and cause issues. Then on top of that, apparently A was staying in the home and stopped paying her part of the rent, so just hanging around, causing issues, and living rent-free allegedly. Then on June 6, Mr. Irvine called the other roommates to state that A had to move because of non-payment and would be out by the end of June. However, that time came and she never left. Tiana and the other roommates seemed to be confused by this because she was supposed to be gone. They said that it appeared like she was not even attempting to leave, and they were wondering why it wasn't being enforced. Also, there are other messages that Tiana sent to A personally, trying to see how they could make living together a peaceful environment, and she also forwarded the messages to the landlord so he would know what they discussed. Unfortunately, they are not fully visible because it does include A's name. So a little over a month would pass, and by the time July came around, Tiana was beyond over everything and once again sent a text message in the house group chat about how filthy the kitchen was. This was July 14th at around 9:28 a.m. It seems that 1 minute after sending that text, Tiana would call her roommate that she was friends with, and they spoke for about 17 minutes. According to that friend, they discussed the house problems, talked about work, and when that friend was coming back to Alabama. Again, it was summertime, so many people go back home, but Tiana was taking extra classes for the summer. After Tiana got off the phone, she continued cleaning the house and was seen on video camera doing so around 9:50 a.m. and a few times in between up until about 10:10 a.m. However, A was in the house while Tiana was cleaning and allegedly stabbed Tiana in the chest and is seen on the door camera leaving the home at 10:38 a.m. and she would leave the knife she used on the porch. According to Tiana's mother Danielle, A then went to a neighbor's home that was caught on video camera, and I guess she confessed what she did at that point and was claiming self-defense. So I suppose the neighbor then called 911, but A was said to never have tried to call 911 at all. If it was self-defense, why not call 911 yourself right after it happened? On the video, she did not even appear to have any sense of urgency at all. Police and EMTs eventually arrived at the house, but according to Danielle, Tiana was not taken straight to the hospital from more video that was seen, and she believes Tiana might have already been gone. However, once Tiana did arrive at the hospital, she was pronounced unalive. Even though detectives came and retrieved the weapon used off the porch, and A was caught on camera leaving it, and with all the other stuff she allegedly did, she was not arrested. Some reports even stated that they were looking for the suspect who did it, and it was not clear if she was even on scene when authorities arrived. It just all seems iffy, to say the least.
Police are still investigating the circumstances of the stalking of a student near Alabama State University's campus.
We're talking about 21-year-old Tiana Dye. She's from Metro Atlanta, was found there over the weekend, and right now no one has been arrested.
Ron, Tiana's mom says she's going to be hounding authorities until whoever did this to her daughter is behind bars.
It was the worst day of my life. And it still is.
It's been 3 days since Danielle Luckett's daughter, Tiana Dye, was found stabbed in the chest.
I don't understand how to live forward knowing I'll never see my child again. ever.
21-year-old Tiana, who was studying biochemistry at Alabama State University, was living in off-campus housing during summer classes. Luckett got the devastating call Sunday about her daughter's death. Montgomery police are still investigating what happened, and while they have not made an arrest, Luckett has a suspect in mind.
They haven't done their due diligence. My daughter shared everything with me.
Luckett shared with me ring camera footage of someone leaving a knife on her daughter's porch. We won't show it because there's been no arrest. Police have not named a person of interest, and that's why Luckett can't wrap her head around why whoever stabbed her daughter is free.
Danielle also said that after Tiana lost her life, this is when the landlord finally put A out. So I guess it took someone losing their life for her to be removed from the home. That's just sad. Then, even after that, A was allegedly seen on camera entering the home again after Tiana's parents came down and retrieved her belongings. So at this point, Tiana's mother has been relentless with wanting to get her daughter's story out there because what happened to Tiana should not have happened. Apparently, the story A is telling authorities is not the truth. Only her and Tiana were in the home at the time, and Tiana is gone. She can't speak for herself and for all the problems that she had been going through. Problems that other roommates were aware of and went through as well as parents and the landlord. Documented evidence and all. Tiana was a great young woman, an overachiever with top honors in her school. She worked too hard for her life to be cut short the way it was. There's definitely more to this story, and what I pray is the truth comes out, and if there was indeed criminal intent to hurt Tiana, that the justice be sought sooner than later. She has such a bright future ahead. My thoughts are with Tiana's loved ones, and her life mattered. So please don't forget to comment your thoughts and prayers for this family in their difficult time, and hit that like button to share to make your people aware. And as always, remember to stay woke. Things change quickly.